Hi, my name is Brady Bush, and today I will be doing a presentation on fad diets, and specifically the 5-2 fad diet. Let's get started. So for the first slide, what is the 5-2 fad diet? So the 5-2 diet is a fasting plan where the participant eats normal meals for 5 consecutive days. Then for the next 2 days, their calorie intake decreases significantly. So more in depth about the 5-2 diet. How does the 5-2 diet work? Here's an explanation. For 5 straight days, you eat how you normally would. So for breakfast, lunch, dinner, what you eat in between, what you drink, all stays the same. The goal is to eat the same and not increase your calorie intake. Then at the end of the 5 days, for the next 2 days, you essentially fast. For women, your calorie intake drops to 500 calories per day, and for men, it drops to 600 calories per day, which is how it kind of got the name the fast diet. Second slide. So, who invented the 5-2 fad diet? Well, who we have to thank for that is Dr. Michael Mosley. Who is Dr. Michael Mosley, you ask? Well, he was a British TV journalist and an author, amongst other things, but this is what he was most well known for. Dr. Mosley's area of expertise was in science communication with a very strong focus on nutrition, lifestyle, and metabolism. How did he create the 5-2 fad diet? In high school, Dr. Mosley saw that he had high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and high visceral fat levels. Because of this, he started looking at different diets to help stabilize his levels. He did extensive research, eventually coming up with the 5-2 fad diet. So after coming up with it, he published a book titled The Fast Diet in the year 2013. So the fad diet has been out for quite some time now. The third slide, pros and cons of the 5-2 fad diet. So the pros. Like most diets, you can lose weight. It improves blood sugar, which is one of the reasons why Dr. Michael Mosley created it. It is simple and flexible. What I mean by that is choosing what day to fast, and the simplicity of it is it's only 2 days of fasting. It can lower cholesterol, another reason why he invented it. It also can improve mental health, but that's solely based on results. So if you find yourself losing weight with this diet, you're obviously gonna have better mental health, but if you don't, I feel like it might drop. It can also help cellular repair. Now for the cons. Hunger on fasting days. So because of the significant drop in your calorie intake on these 2 days, it can cause hunger, which also can cause fatigue. You can be more susceptible to overeating on the non-fast days, which is caused by hunger, also because of the significant decrease in calorie intake. It's not good for people with already low blood sugar. So, it's recommended for people not to do that diet if you have low blood sugar. It's hard to maintain, just keeping up with the days you fast, and you might think you might just want to take an off day on fasting. Well, yeah, you have other 5 days, but when those 2 days come up, you need to fast, or the diet's not dieting. It can mess with their sleep schedule, can also make it harder to get necessary nutrients that your body needs to function because of the significant decrease in calorie intake. Next slide. 3 typical meals on fasting days. So for breakfast, before you start, women are 500 calories, the men are 600 calories, and for each meal, it is recommended 150 to 200 calories. So for breakfast, I found 3 different ones: a boiled egg and a small piece of fruit. For another option, a small bowl of oatmeal with a couple of berries, not a lot, and black coffee. So for lunch, again, 150 to 200 calories. So what I found is you could have veggie soup or a salad with some tomato, cucumber, and very light vinaigrette. Not ranch, or you could, but you might have to substitute something in your breakfast or dinner to have ranch because calories. So it's also optional to add lean protein like chicken breast or tuna. Sorry. I feel like if you do add that, you might have to substitute, or you can substitute that for other things. Like, you might not be able to have a small piece of fruit for breakfast if you are eating lean protein for lunch. For dinner, grilled chicken or fish with steamed vegetables, veggie stir fry with 1/4 cup of brown sugar, or an omelet with spinach and mushrooms. So water, tea, and black coffee are available to drink freely during these fasting days. Does the diet use a variety of foods from all food groups? The 5-2 diet can include all the major food groups: fruits, veggies, grain, protein, dairy, fat, and oils. But it depends on a couple things. One being if the person eats from all food groups on normal days. Yes, like the 5-2 diet, you're eating normally, or the 5 days you're eating normally, and then the 2 days your calorie intake decreases, but the 5 days are still a part of the diet. 2, if they include it on fasting days as well, as how many calories they've already consumed. So if they already had more calories for breakfast or lunch, they might not have it for dinner, etc. So with the fasting days being limited to 500 to 600 calories, eating from all food groups can be tough. People may be able to eat from all food groups spread throughout the day. So for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you're not gonna have everything from the food groups. How many calories are recommended? I already stated this, but so the recommended calories for women is 500. Recommended calories for men is 600. Are there any warnings or precautions that the diet lists? There are definitely some warning signs that people should recognize before starting this diet. So the number one being overeating on non-fast days due to hunger on fasting days. 2, big changes in calorie intake and restriction can cause mood changes. It can cause hormonal and digestive changes. And this diet is not recommended for those with low blood sugar or low levels of cholesterol. This diet is, oh yeah, I already said that, sorry. Okay. What are the consequences of being on this diet long term? There are some consequences being on this diet long term. With being on a calorie restriction, it can be hard to make sure you get all the nutrients you need. I also feel like the 2 fasting days can affect how one regularly eats on the 5 days, because they might be hungry from those 2 days, or they can get so used to it that they don't eat at all, pretty much. So the 5-2 diet can also fluctuate one's metabolism, making it harder to maintain the weight. And without being able to eat as much protein on the fasting days, muscle will inevitably be lost. An article summary. A good article to read more about the 5-2 diet is a randomized controlled trial of the 5-2 diet. The study was funded by the Medical Research Council. The interesting part of this article were the results. A total of 300 people participated in the study during the time of June 27th, 2016 to June 15th, 2018, with the follow-up year. In the follow-up year, the article stated that 2 participants got pregnant in that follow-up year. The article informs us that results were similar regarding the 5-2 SH versus the SBA comparison. To add to that statement, weight loss were similar at 6 months up to a year, so it kind of stayed the same essentially. The big thing I took away from the article that was also stated was that hunger on fasting days due to calorie deficits were almost too much to bear for some participants. In my opinion, I think with a simple diet, no fasting, and a good exercise routine can provide the same results. And that's it. Thank you.